Freedom is not given, it is taken. Subhas Chandra Bose. Independence Day is celebrated annually on August 15 as a public holiday in India, commemorating the nation's independence from the United Kingdom on August 15, 1947. This day marks the implementation of the Indian Independence Act, which transferred legislative sovereignty to the Indian Constituent Assembly. It is not just a public holiday, it is a day of remembrance, celebration, and commitment to the principles that the nation stands for. India's journey to independence was a long and arduous one, marked by relentless efforts, sacrifices, and the unwavering spirit of its people. European traders had established outposts in the Indian subcontinent by the late 17th century. Through overwhelming military strength, the East India Company fought and annexed local kingdoms, establishing themselves as the dominant force by the 18th century. Following the Indian Rebellion of 1857, the Government of India Act 1858 led the British Crown to assume direct control of India. In the decades following, civic society gradually emerged across India, most notably the Indian National Congress Party, formed in 1885. The arrival of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi from South Africa in 1915 marked a turning point in India's struggle for freedom. Gandhi's philosophy of nonviolence and civil disobedience resonated with millions of Indians. Movements like the Non-Cooperation Movement, the Civil Disobedience Movement, and the Quit India Movement galvanized the masses, bringing the fight for independence into every Indian household. Gandhi's ability to unify people across different strata of society, his emphasis on self-reliance through initiatives like the Swadeshi movement, and his unwavering commitment to nonviolence and truth made him the face of the Indian freedom struggle. As the demand for independence grew louder, the British government, weakened by the economic strains of World War II and the relentless resistance in India, began to realize the inevitability of Indian independence. The historic moment came on the midnight of August 15, 1947, when India's first Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru, delivered his iconic Tryst with Destiny speech, proclaiming India as a free nation. Independence brought with it immense joy, but also significant challenges. The partition of India and Pakistan led to widespread communal violence and displacement. The task of nation-building was monumental, requiring the establishment of democratic institutions, economic development, and social reforms. Despite these challenges, India has made remarkable progress in various fields over the past 7 decades. It has become the world's largest democracy, a hub of technological and scientific innovation, and an influential voice on the global stage. Independence Day is celebrated with great fervor across the country. The day begins with the Prime Minister hoisting the national flag at the Red Fort in Delhi, followed by a grand parade showcasing India's cultural diversity and military prowess. Schools, colleges, and communities organize various events, including flag-hoisting ceremonies, cultural programs, and patriotic performances. The tricolor flags fluttering in the breeze, the sound of patriotic songs, and the sight of people of all ages participating in the celebrations evoke a deep sense of pride and unity. It is a day to remember the sacrifices of the freedom fighters and to reaffirm our commitment to the ideals of justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. As we celebrate Independence Day, it is also a time to reflect on the journey ahead. India faces numerous challenges, from economic disparities and social inequalities to environmental issues and global geopolitical dynamics. However, the spirit of resilience, innovation, and unity that has driven the nation thus far continues to inspire hope. The youth of India, with their boundless energy and creativity, hold the key to the nation's future. By embracing the values of inclusivity, sustainability, and progress, they can steer India towards a brighter and more prosperous tomorrow. India retained King George VI as head of state until its transition to a republic, when the Constitution of India came into effect on January 26, 1950, celebrated as Indian Republic Day. This replaced the Dominion prefix, Dominion of India, with the enactment of the Sovereign Law Constitution of India. India attained independence following the independence movement noted for largely non-violent resistance and civil disobedience led by Indian National Congress under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi, who adopted these values from one of the early movements in India led by Ram Singh Kakka, as quoted in one of the letters by Shahid Bhagat Singh referring to Guru Ram Singh as his Dada Guru. Independence coincided with the partition of India, in which British India was divided into the dominions of India and Pakistan. The partition was accompanied by violent riots and mass casualties, and the displacement of nearly 15 million people due to religious violence. On August 15, 1947, the first Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru, raised the Indian national flag above the Lahori Gate of the Red Fort in Delhi. On each subsequent Independence Day, the incumbent Prime Minister customarily raises the flag and gives an address to the nation. The entire event is broadcast by Doordarshan, India's national broadcaster, and usually begins with the Shehnai music of Ustad Bismillah Khan. Independence Day is observed throughout India with flag-hoisting ceremonies, parades, and cultural events. It is a national holiday. The Constituent Assembly of India met for its fifth session at 11 p.m. on August 14 in the Constitution Hall in New Delhi. The session was chaired by President Rajendra Prasad. In this session, Jawaharlal Nehru delivered the Tryst with Destiny speech proclaiming India's independence. The members of the assembly formally took the pledge of being in the service of the country. A group of women, representing the women of India, formally presented the national flag to the assembly. The Dominion of India became an independent country as official ceremonies took place in New Delhi. Nehru assumed office as the first Prime Minister, and the Viceroy, Lord Mountbatten, continued as its first Governor-General. Gandhi's name was invoked by crowds celebrating the occasion. Gandhi himself, however, took no part in the official events. Instead, he marked the day with a 24-hour fast, during which he spoke to a crowd in Calcutta, encouraging peace between Hindus and Muslims. In conclusion, Independence Day is not just a commemoration of a historical event, it is a celebration of the spirit of freedom, the strength of unity, and the power of dreams. As we hoist the tricolor and sing the national anthem, we honor the past, celebrate the present, and envision a future where India continues to shine as a beacon of hope, democracy, and progress.